Hey folks, welcome to the Cincinnati Razorback Room. Here it is, a hot July day, and I'm inside in the air conditioning getting ready to enjoy an afternoon of spinner baseball. Some of my favorite players from days gone by. And just yesterday, I printed off a keeper version for me to play with of the players from the golden era of baseball. The golden era of baseball from 1941, right around the beginning of World War I, up until the expansion took place in '61, is some of the most fascinating baseball that's ever been played. And I'm going to play a game with two 100-point teams. Let me tell you who I've got for my teams, and I'll show you some pictures as we go along. But Golden Era 1, the team that's going to be the visitors, is basically a pitching heavy team using Satchel Paige and Hoyt Wilhelm, along with Harvey Haddix, Johnny Vandermeer, and some others. They're 100 points. Now, let me tell you what, in Star Power Baseball, for 100 points, you get an all-star team. Because my lineup for this team is like really, really good. It's got leading off Richie Ashburn, Roy Sievers, Hank Sauer, Rudy York, Ed Bailey, Hank Bauer, George Kell, Eddie Stanky, and Johnny Pesky. That's my lineup. Now, you're talking major stars here. You know, Ashburn's a Hall of Famer. George Kell's a Hall of Famer. Satchel Paige is their pitcher. They're going to be good. I mean, this is an all-star team. Every one of these guys played in the all-star game. And number 2 team, the Golden Era 2, who will be the home team, they have Joe DiMaggio, Ralph Kahn. They went hitting heavy. Gus Zernial, Stan Musial. Their pitching is Yule Blackwell. That's going to be their starter. And then they've got Don Larson on the team, Virgil Trucks, Ralph Branca, Vinegar, Ben Mazel. I hope I get him in the game. But their lineup is Eddie Juice, Joe DiMaggio, Stan Musial, Ralph Kahn, Gus Zernial, Hal Trotsky, Hank Thompson, Gus Triandis, and Johnny Temple. So they kind of went hitting heavy and have a ton of respins. I can't wait to get them on the board. And I'm going to play an entire game just for you guys out there in another fine episode of Star Power Baseball. Hashtag Kevin Nash. Star Power Baseball. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to start by spinning out the injury card. See if there's going to be an injury here. We'll start here on this one. The spin comes up, and it's a 3, so there will be no injury during the game. And now we'll start the ball game with Richie Ashburn against Yule Blackwell. Blackwell 9 pips, 2 respins. Ashburn is rated a 334, so they'll play the infield in at third. Spin the pitcher, and we're underway. Pitcher spins a minus home run to Ashburn. Ashburn spins his card and spins a walk. So we have a runner on first base, nobody out. Pip goes away here. Ashburn is a 34, we just said that. On first base, brings up the second batter, Roy Sievers. They're going to hold on Ashburn. Ashburn's going to stay there. Sievers says spin the pitcher to Blackwell. Blackwell spins and spins a K. Can't respin a K, baby. 1 down. That brings up Hank Sauer. Hank Sauer says spin the pitcher. Ashburn's not running. Pitcher spins a B. Blackwell to Sauer. Sauer spins a 2-11 line. Blackwell's a righty, Sauer's a righty. Blackwell will take the ground ball pulled. Sauer does not make him respin this early. Pulled ground ball will either be to short or third. It says first base, that means it will go to the corner infield. That'll be third base. Third base fields it. On third base, they have Hank Thompson is a 1-3. It says 5-3. He's a 1-3, and so he's going to go to second base on the force. That's an out, and the runner is now safe at first. That'll be Hank Sauer, who is a 0-1. So Sauer hits into a fielder's choice for the second out of the inning. That brings up Rudy York. At a 0-1, they're going to play behind him. They're not going to hit and run. They're going to let Rudy York go ahead and hit. York spins, or Blackwell spins a hit minus to York. York spins a walk. They're going to take that. They don't want him to respin. So now you have runners at first and second on 2 walks. Another pip goes down for him. York is a 1-2. 1-2. That brings up Ed Bailey, the catcher. Bailey gets Blackwell to spin. Blackwell spins a B. Ed Bailey spins. And Bailey spins a 14-1 line. Okay? A 14-1 line. This is a 14-1 line. This is a big call in the game right here in the first inning. Bailey's going to take the home run. Since he bats left, Blackwell throws right. And Blackwell is going to challenge this with his 7 pips left on an instant replay. It could be a pop-up, it could be a home run. Here goes the instant replay challenge. They roll 2 dice. The dice come up for them at an 11. The visitors now must either tie or beat the 11. They roll an 8. That means the call on the field is overturned and it's an infield pop-up for the 3rd out. No runs, 2 walks, 2 runners left on base. So Blackwell still has his 7 pips, correct? He started with 9, 2 walks makes 7. And Bailey is retired. Okay, after a half inning, no score. For Golden Era 2, here we go. The home team comes up. Satchel Paige, as you can see, has a pile of dice there. 13 pips for Satch. Here we go. For Satch, he spins a strikeout to start the game. His first. That sits down Eddie Juiced. Juiced is a pretty good little card right there. I really like that Eddie Juiced card. That brings up my guy. I've been waiting to spin him. Joe DiMaggio from Satchel Paige. Paige says, Joe, you don't get to spin this time. Strikes him out for the second out. And now he pitches to Stan the Man Musial. He spins an F. They're going to eat it. 3 up and 3 down. Paige breezes through the first after 1 complete no score. Hank Bauer's up for the visitors. Joel Blackwell pitches to Hank Bauer, and he gives him a B. Bauer gets to spin and spins a home run. There is no line on that one. That's a home run for Hank Bauer. A solo shot down the right field line, making it 1-0. If you'll remember now, Golden Era 2 has used their replay. Okay, 1-0. Now up George Kell, Hall of Famer from Arkansas. He gets a B. Kell spins a double. He spins a double. Blackwell's going to make him respin that. Taking the pip off of Blackwell, as you can see, Kell must respin that double. And he spins a ground out. 1 out. That brings, let me loosen up my spinner a little bit. It's kind of tight. There we go. Blackwell spins to Eddie Stanky. Stanky gets a B. Spins. An 8. That's a fly ball. 2 away. Still kind of stiff there. Let me loosen that up a little bit. To loosen it up, you just kind of bend a little bit there. Bend a little bit there without breaking. See how that works. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, that's great. Now we're pitching to Johnny Temple. Temple gets a B. Or excuse me, I mean Pesky. Johnny Pesky. And Pesky hits a grounder up the middle. The middle infielders are shortstop 24 for Juiced, 2B22 for Temple. No need to spin the infield card or not a 1, but it is 1-0 after 1.5 innings of play. Okay, Satchel Paige takes the hill again, pitching to Ralph Kiner. Here it is the pitch, and a B to Kiner. Kiner has the monster home run, a Hall of Famer he is. Kiner spins a walk. Paige lets it ride. Will not make him respin that. Kiner is a 1-5. 1-5 at first base. Paige loses his 1 pip. He's down to 12. And you got Gus Zernial not holding the runner. A B to Zernial. Zernial spins. And that's right in the middle of the home run. Gus Zernial hits one out of the yard off a Satch. Making it 2-1. Bam, 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 bam. Another pip comes off a Satch. Zernial trots around the bases. And it's 2-1, a home team. Gus Zernial. Gentry, one of my son's Gentry's favorite players was Gus Zernial. Here comes Satch, and he gets a BZ line to Hal Trotsky. Trotsky's a lefty, Paige is a righty. The BZ line means he'll take the Z, that if it's a strikeout, he gets first base on the wild pitch. Trotsky spins, an 8 fly ball, 1 out. Hank Thompson, the third baseman, is up. A G to Hank Thompson for the second out. And here comes Gus Triondos. A B to Gus Triondos, the catcher. Gus spins. A 12 for the third out. 2 runs across the plate. And after 2 complete, the score, Golden Era 2, Golden Era 1, 1. I like that. Up to the top of the order now, Ewell Blackwell to Richie Ashburn. Ashburn gets a B. Got a home run minus last time, remember that? On the B, he strikes out Richie Ashburn. Look at that. Blackwell's second K of the game. He now spins to Roy Sievers, who struck out last time. He gets a B. Sievers gets a single, a pulled single. That's a base hit. Sievers is a 0-0. I represent that with the 6 because that looks like a 0, and there are no 6s on here. And that's another pip off of Blackwell. He's down to 6. He spins because they're not holding on a 0-0. I can't make him any worse. Hit minus to Hank Sauer. Sauer, went into a fielder's choice last time. Hits another ground ball. This time it's oppo, so it'll either be here or here. It says it's to the first base. He was not holding him on, so the play goes through. The play is to the first baseman, R3. The first baseman over there is Hal Trotsky. He's a P3R2, so the offense chooses the A instead of the D, so the runner will advance to second base. Boom. So Sauer has been grounding the ball here pretty good. Now there are 2 out with the runner on second for Rudy York, who walked last time. York comes up and spins a ground ball by Blackwell for the third out of the inning. No runs, a hit, and man left on second base after 2.5. It's now 2-1, Golden Era 2. Paige is now pitching to Johnny Temple. Temple is a 335. The infield would have been in. Paige throws a grounder. Temple is out. 1 away. Brings up Eddie Juiced. Hit walk minus from Satch. A hit walk minus. Juice spins a hit. Must respin. 13's a single. Have to spin it again. And he spins a single anyway. Getting on the hard way against Satch. Puts him down to a 4. Juiced is a 21 on first base. And that brings up Joltin' Joe DiMaggio, struck out last time by Satch. Satch pitches a fly ball. That's 2 outs. And now you got Stan the Man. From Satch, Satch pitches a B to Stan Musial. Musial swings at this one and singles. Let's see where it's to. This one is hit to right field. The defense will throw to second base as the runner scampers into third as there are 2 outs. Another hit off Satch, that's the third one. He's now down to 9 pips. You got Musial on first. He is a 1-3. And Eddie Juice scampers over to third base, bringing up Ralph Kiner. Kiner walked last time. They're going to hold the runner on first and not move any here. Kiner swings. Paige delivers a B. Kiner spins and spins a 6-5 line. The 6-5 line is either a ground ball or a triple. They're both right-handers, so Paige chooses the ground ball. Ralph Kiner has 2 respins. He says, I know it's early, but I get to spin, and he's burning a respin. Kiner spins again, and this time spins a single. The ball goes to left field, so the runner stops at second. Kiner is a 1-5. He'll stop at first, and he gets an RBI off his respin. How about that? A respin against Paige, and they're busting up Satch pretty good here in the third inning. That's 3 runs off Satch with runners on first and second, and up comes Gus. Home run, Zernial. Paige pitches a B to Gus Zernial, who does have a respin. Zernial spins a single. Paige will use a respin, putting him down to 3. Zernial spins and spins a ground ball. That'll be the third out, but they push another run across. At the end of 3 innings, let me make sure that was 1, yes. At the end of 3 innings, the score, Golden Era 2-3, Golden Era 1-1. So, there you go. We're through 3, and we got Ed Bailey up right now. Bailey, last time up, popped up. Blackwell to Bailey. Blackwell throws a Z. Strikeout, take your base. Here you go, Ed. Bailey spins an infield pop-up. 1 down. Hank Bauer hit a homer last time. He gets the Z also. Wow, that's 2 in a row by Ewell the Whip Blackwell. Bauer this time hits a double. Blackwell will let that ride. Hank Bauer, it looks like he owns this guy here. Puts him down to 5 pips. Bauer, not a real speedster, but quick enough, is a 2-3, and he goes to second base. That brings up George Kell, and it's also going to get some bullpen activity in the top of the 4th for Golden Era 2. They're going to warm up a left-hander, Joe Paige, in the bullpen. All right, that brings up Kell with a runner on second and 1 out. Blackwell spins, a B. A B this time, George Kell spins a grounder. Kell has no respins. That grounder's pulled over here. Ball is hit to the shortstop. Only way he advances is on the A. He does not advance, he holds. So Kell is the second out. Brings up Eddie Stanky. Stanky's up with 2 outs. A B. Ooh, dropping cards. Would you look at that? Hey, buddy, don't feel so bad now. I drop them too. Eddie Stanky spins a walk. That's what he's on there for. Look at the size of that 9 on his card. That puts him down to 4, leaves him at second base. Stanky is a 21. He'll be at first base. That brings up Johnny Pesky. I keep loosening my spinners, I always do. These plastic ones tend to bend a little bit. But hey, they're easy to fix, easy to do. Johnny Pesky gets the B. It's close to the line, but not quite. Pesky spins a 4. That's an outfield pop-up to the right fielder. So with 2 runners on, nobody scores. At the end of 4, at 3.5, it's still 3-1, Golden Era 2. Paige goes back out for the bottom of the fourth, pitching to Hal Trosky. Paige throws a, let me look here, that's an HR minus G line. Trosky's a lefty, Paige is a righty. Trosky takes the home run minus. He spins and spins a walk. Paige eats it. Says that's better than a double or a triple. And he's a 1-1. Take another pip off of Paige. He's down to 7 with 3 respins. Brings up Hammer and Hank Thompson. With holding the runner on, Thompson gets to spin for the B. Thompson spins a fly ball, 1 out. Will not use his respin in the 4th inning. He's got 1. We're not going to use it. That's 1 out. Gus Triandos gets a B from Satch. Triandos spins and spins a fly ball to left. 2 down. Johnny Temple. They're going to play back because they're going to go ahead and full count it. That means spin the hit and run disc. Anything but batter misses pitch and he's off. Of course we spin batter misses pitch and that's a strikeout for Johnny Temple. No runs, a walk, man left on. After 4 complete, the score is still 3-1 in favor of Golden Era 2. I hope you're enjoying these stars. I cut these cards out yesterday and I'm kind of a star power baseball snob. I use nothing but the photo quality cards. That's all that I like to use. And they do get a little sticky here and there. So I have to kind of bend them sometimes, but hey, that's part of it. Doesn't hurt anything. Anyway, Richie Ashburn's going to lead off the 5th inning against Ewell Blackwell. Blackwell spins a home run minus to Richie Ashburn, just like he did to start the game. Richie spins a 14. That's an infield pop-up, 1 away. Royce Sievers is up. He's singled and struck out. Sievers gets a B from Blackwell. Sievers spins. A 6 grounder, that's 2 outs. Up comes Hank Sauer. Sauer's 0 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice and grounded out. He gets a minus home run. Sauer spins and spins a 2. That's a ground ball. Sauer can't keep the ball off the ground today. That's 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down through the 5th. Still 2-1 going in the bottom of the 5th. Satchel Paige is over there doing a great job. He's got 7 pips left with 3 respins. Blackwell's got 4 pips left with 1 respin left. Joe Paige in the bullpen, standing down there, just kind of waiting his turn, biding his time. Here comes Eddie Juiced, leadoff hitter against Satchel Paige. Juiced has singled, scored, and struck out, and again strikes out for the 2nd time. That's 4 strikeouts for Paige. That brings up Joltin' Joe DiMaggio, and he gets a KB line. The KB line, Joltin' Joe says, guys, we're going to use our instant replay. So Golden Era 2's already used their replay. That is a strikeout to DiMaggio. That's 2 away. I look down on my chart down here, my chart over here, and it shows that they used their replay already. Keep the record. Stan the Man gets a B. Stan Musial spins, Hall of Famer, and spins a strikeout. So Satch strikes out the side. He's now got 6 strikeouts through 5 innings. At the end of 5, it's still 3-1. That brings up Rudy York against Ewell Blackwell in the 6th. Here comes Ewell. He pitches a B to Rudy York. York spins, a pop-up in the infield. That's actually a BH minus. It doesn't really matter because York spins a 14. Ed Bailey is up. Bailey from Blackwell. You can see the lines on the Blackwell card are a little bigger than most lines. Another Z from, that's a 3rd one. Bailey, if he strikes out, gets his base, but instead, this time it's not a home run minus or a replay that we can do. Ed Bailey goes ahead and takes Ewell Blackwell downtown for a home run. That's fourth hit. Second homer given up by Blackwell. And Bailey trots around the bases. Here comes Hank Bauer, who's homered and doubled. He gets an X. Blackwell the whip, go ahead and hit him. He hits Hank Bauer. Now, my house rule is this. If a pitcher hits a batter after a home run, that's a warning to both benches. So the next hit batter will cause the injury card as a 12. We will eject the player, we will spin the injury card, and if it lands on a 12, we have a bench clearing brawl. All right, here we go. George Kell, and he spins a BX line, that's a B. Kell spins a single. Blackwell will use his last and final respin, making Kell respin that. And Kell spins a ground ball, pulled to this side. It's to the shortstop. It said second base, so let me explain that. I know it landed on second base, but because it's a pulled grounder, it's a middle infielder. And second base is a middle infielder, so the middle infielder would be the shortstop. So to go to the shortstop, their shortstop is Eddie Juiced at 24. The thing lands on F, so it's a fielder's choice. The runner's out at second, and George Kell is safe at first on the fielder's choice. That's 2 outs. Eddie Stanky is up. Stanky gets up and a B to the Eddie. He walked last time up. He's flown out. And this time he pops it up for the third out. But 1 run scores, and it's now 3-2. Going into the bottom of the 6th. Paige is 7 pips and 3 respins. Blackwell still has 2 pips, but no respins left. And up is Ralph Kiner. You see I have a little problem sometimes getting the cards up. That's all you got to do. Here goes Satchel to Ralph. A hit walk minus. I think that's the first time he's landed on that this game. And it's huge. Here's Kiner. Popped up in the infield. 1 away. Remember, he used a respin last time and singled home a run. Gus Zernial, who homered in the second, gets a G from Satch. 2 away, and Trotsky, who was 0 for 1 with a walk, is now up. And Trotsky spins a fly ball to left field for the third and final out in the inning. After 6, it is still 3-2. A 3-2 ball game. Guys, we are in the middle of a war right here. 3-2 ball game. I love these kind of games. These are fun. These are lots and lots of fun to have these kind of ball games right here. Okay, now up is Johnny Pesky. And we're leaving Blackwell in, even though Paige is ready. Blackwell's in. And he spins a minus homer to Johnny Pesky. Pesky spins a double. He has no respins left. So Pesky is safe at second base. 5th hit for Golden Era 1. Pesky is at 21 on at second base. Okay. That's 1 pip left on Ewell Blackwell, and they are going to go ahead and replace Ewell Blackwell right now as he goes 6+ innings. And they're going to take him out. They're going to bring in Joe Paige, who is a 5 and 1 respin. So he's going to get 6 pips with 1 respin. Paige is a left-hander coming in to face Richie Ashburn. They're going to warm up in the pen Vinegar Ben Mizell and another pitcher down there, Don Larson. Going to warm up for Golden Era 2. Not even a sniff of bullpen over there in Golden Era 1. Satch is over there going, I got this, guys. I got this. Runner on second, nobody out. Here comes Joe Paige. The pitch, a B to Richie Ashburn. Ashburn spins, a double. Paige will use his respin. That's what he's in there for. That was an 11. Paige burns a respin. Ashburn spins again and spins a walk. 9 is a walk. So you have that down to 5. Ashburn comes as a 3-4 on first base. We burnt a respin. And you have Roy Sievers up. Roy is also a right-handed batter, so he will have the lines. Paige spins, a hit minus. Sievers spins, a 6 is a ground ball. If you'll look, you'll see Sievers has a respin. With 2 on and nobody out, Sievers is going to use that respin right now. Here he goes. A ground ball pull, that'll be over here. It lands on second, middle infielder, so it's going to short. Spin it again, take the result of the shortstop. This one says it lands right on the A, so we don't even need to know what the fielding rating is. Runners move up on the ground out by Sievers. And we have 1 out with runners on second and third for Hank Sauer. Okay, we're going to move the infield in for a play at the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. So, Paige spins, a home run minus to Hammer and Hank Sauer. Here we go. The Hammer spins a 4-13 line. Paige is a lefty, Sauer is a righty. Sauer is going to take the 13, that's a single, to the outfield. The ball is hit to Joe DiMaggio in center field. This run scores, he's rounding, the coach waves him on, DiMaggio's going to throw. Joe is a 44, A4 batter. He is not an A4 by any stretch. He is an A1, so we're going to take, the outfield is going to choose M. That means the batter will stop at first, the run does score. So that's a 2-run single. Scores a run. Scores a run. Stops at first. Take a pip. Boom. Sauer is a 0-1. And it's now 4-3 with Rudy York up against Joe Paige. That bullpen's looking in. The manager's looking out. They're ready to go. And here's Rudy York. York spins. A 9. Boy, that's close right there. That's not quite on the line. We're looking for lines on that because he's got that advantage. But that's a walk to Rudy York. And they are pummeling Paige right now. They are completely pummeling Joe Paige right now. And he's a 1-2. Okay. Paige has given up 2 walks and a hit. And they say, hey, we've seen enough of Paige. Paige is done, out of the game. And in comes, let's see, he went 1/3 of an inning. They're going to bring in Vinegar Bend Mizell. He is a 6 with no respins, but he's a lefty, so he gets the lines to Ed Bailey. And they're also going to warm up another pitcher in the pen. They're going to warm up Virgil Trucks out there with Don Larson. Okay, Ed Bailey's the batter with 2 on and 1 out. And here's the spin from Vinegar Bend, a W. Anything but a walk, he gets a respin. And he spins a single. A single is not a walk. That takes away that single from Ed Bailey. Bailey's had a homer taken away. Now he's had a single taken away. Show him, Ed. Show him what you can do, baby. Infield pop-up for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 down. And up comes Hank Bauer, who's homered, doubled, and gotten drilled by Ewell Blackwell. Here's the pitch from Vinegar Bend. And that's down there from the south, right down there from Vinegar Bend. Here goes Hank Bauer. Bauer hits a ground ball. Bauer looking and has no respins, so that grounder is the third out in the inning. But the damage is done. 2 runs cross the plate. And the score is now 4-3, Golden Era 1. Satchel's kind of cruising right now. He's about ready to wave in all the fielders because he's got Hank Thompson up right now. Thompson is 0 for 2 today. He has grounded and flown out from Satch. And Satch looks in, gets his sign in, winds, kicks, fires. Home run minus to Hank Thompson. Thompson spins a ground ball. That's a 12. This is the 7th inning. Knowing he may not get another at-bat, he's going to use his 1 respin. And in a leadoff batter, it's not a bad idea to use a respin, especially when you got a B by the pitcher. Here we go. He walks. So productive respin right there. Satch is down to 6 pips. Thompson's a 22. There is nobody out and a runner on for Gus Triandis. They will hold Thompson. Here's Satch pitching to Triandis. A minus home run. Triandis spins a single. Satch is going to use one of his respins. Make him respin that. Here goes Triandis. And this time he gets an 8-9 line. An 8-9 line. Triandis is a right-handed batter. Satch takes the 8 for 1 out. That's a fly ball anywhere. That's 1 out. Paige gets the line there, and they can't use their replay because they already have. Okay, Johnny Temple is up right now. Johnny Temple spins. Paige, a home run minus. I think that's 3 in a row. Popped up in the infield. Out. And here comes Eddie Juiced. When I get a lot in a row, I adjust the spinner a little bit because I think it might be sticking. Let's see, that won't count. That's not a counter. Yeah, we're good. It's just moving around. Eddie Juiced is now up. He's the leadoff runner with man on first. They're going to send him on a full count. Anything but batter misses pitch. P, spin the pitcher. Spin Paige. Hit walk minus. Eddie Juiced strikes out. Number 7 for Satch. No runs and a man left on. After 7 complete, the score 4-3, Golden Era 1. What a ball game. We got George Kell coming up for the visiting team, and they're going to leave in Vinegar Bend Mizell. Here he goes. The lefty Vinegar Bend to George Kell. He spins a hit minus. Kell spins a double. This takes that double away. And George Kell spins a 12. That's an oppo grounder. 1 down. Eddie Stanky is up. Vinegar Bend spins and gets an F. Stanky has no respins. That's 2 away. And now you got Johnny Pesky. A B from Vinegar Bend to Johnny. And Vinegar Bend gets Johnny to fly out for the 3rd and final out of the inning. After 7.5, it's still 4-3, Golden Era 2. But Paige has got to pitch to the heart of the order. DiMaggio, Musial, and Kiner, all with respins. So Paige needs to shut them down here. Paige has 2 respins left, as you can see right here. 2 respins left right here, and 6 pips left. Here he goes. Paige to Joe. A B to Joltin' Joe. Joe is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Make that 3 strikeouts. Very unusual. Paige has got Joltin' Joe's number. Let's just say that. Stan the man. He is 1 for 3. He's whiffed once and singled. He gets a minus home run. Stan the man spins. A single. Paige will let that ride. Only the 5th hit given up by Satchel Paige. Musial is a 1-3. Paige goes down to 5 pips. Okay, that brings up Ralph Kiner, who's used 1 respin. He's 1 for 2 in a walk, scored a run. Paige holding Musial on. A ground ball. Kiner, it's the 8th inning, uses his 2nd respin and makes Paige respin that grounder. Here goes Paige, spinning a hit walk minus. Kiner spins, and he has a 14-7 line. Paige is a righty, Kiner's a righty. Paige chooses the pop-up 14 for the 2nd out. That brings up Gus Zernial. They'll play behind the runner. He will not run. Gus Zernial lets the pitcher throw. Paige spins a B. Zernial spins a 4. Gus has 1 respin. He will use it now. Why not? Don't leave him on the table. Here he goes. Zernial strikes out Paige's 9th victim, and we're through 8, and it's still 4-3. Vinegar Bend is doing quite well, so they're going to leave him in, let Vinegar Bend still pitch. The other side over here is going to get some bullpen activity up, and they're going to get up their closer in case needed, Hoyt Wilhelm. He'll stand up in the pen. An 18-pointer with 4 respins. That's just pretty evil card right there. Look at that thing. Isn't that brutal? Whew, yeah, he's a bullpen ace right now. So, we're in the top of the 9th. Vinegar Bend to Richie Ashburn. Vinegar Bend throws a B to the Richie. Richie Ashburn spins a single. Vinegar Bend has no respins, so he gives up his first base runner. Ashburn is a 34 on first base. Vinegar Bend loses a pip, and that brings up Roy Sievers. Sievers from Vinegar Bend as they hold on Ashburn. A B. Sievers spins and spins a single. That's a pulled single. Sievers is a right-handed batter, so the ball is hit to DiMaggio. They will hold the runner at 2nd. DiMaggio throws to the cutoff man, and Sievers is on. He's a 0-0. That puts Vinegar Bend down to 4 pips. That brings up Hank Sauer. Ooh, we're getting interesting now. That's going to do it for Vinegar Bend Mizell. He goes a 3rd and the 6th, 7th. So he goes 2/3, 1 2/3 innings. And he's going to be replaced by Virgil Trucks. Virgil Trucks comes in for Vinegar Bend. See, I told you this was an all-star game. He's got 2 respins, and he is a 6-inning pitcher, so he gets 8 pips. Yeah, don't count these guys out, man. Just because this guy costs 6 points doesn't mean he's not a good pitcher. This guy's awesome. He's a 6-inning pitcher with 2 respins. That's awesome. Okay, so Trucks is loose. Larson's loose. They bring out Bronca in the bullpen just in case they need him. And here comes Virgil Trucks to Hank Sauer. The windup and the pitch. Trucks, a B. Hank Sauer, a 2. Sauer has got respins. He's got 1. He is going to use it, not leaving it on the table. Here he goes. The respin by Sauer, a ground ball. The ground ball is hit to 2nd base. Well, he's a pull hitter, right-handed, so it goes to shortstop. Shortstop fields the ball and makes an error. You see how it lands right on the E? That's an error on the shortstop. Look at that, E6. So we now have the bases loaded, nobody out, and Eddie Juiced kicks the ball, can't handle the smash, and we now have bases loaded. He's a 0-1. And that brings up Rudy York with the bases loaded and the infield in. All the way in. They're in. A fly ball. York has 1 respin, has not used it. He's going to make him respin that. Trucks respins. H minus. York spins. What would be a grand slam home run, and you see that right there, was taken away by the H minus right there by Virgil Trucks. You can see that, okay? So York makes him respin on an out. He respins a hit minus, making York respin a grand slam homer. And here we go. And he spins a fly ball, which was the first result anyway. The fly ball's to DiMaggio. They're throwing to home. And A4 batter, he's not, so they'll take the M. The M is a sac fly here. Other runners hold, so you have one out. But the runner scores from third base. The run is charged to Vinegar Bend. And up comes Ed Bailey. The infield will now play back, and here goes the spin from Trucks to Bailey. A B. Bailey spins. A strikeout. No need for respins because you can't. And now comes Hank Bauer. Bauer's homer, doubled, been hit by a pitch, and hit the ball on the ground. They're going to hit and run full count, sending both runners. Here we go. Both runners are going on the F. Normally that would be a foul ball, but on a full count, anything but batter misses pitch, the runners are running. Spin the pitcher. A B. Spin the batter. And you now have a 3 right in the middle of the 3. Virgil Trucks has the option to make him respin, but you cannot, as we have established, you cannot respin a 3. It's too cool of a thing to do. And so you put the 3 card in. We've waited till the 9th inning to get a 3. I'm excited. Here he goes. On the 3, the number is a 4. On a number 4, we go look at the number 4 disc on the 3, and the 4 disc reads, batter hits a shallow looper, spin the outfield card to see where it goes to. The ball is hit to the left fielder, determine the outfield, and then spin the outfield card again and use these results to see what happens. P3, the left fielder for Golden Era 2 is a P1. So if P3 doesn't work, you take the A or the M. A, batter safe at second, runners advance 2 bases. M or H, batter safe at first, so they will take the A, and the A puts the runners advance 2 bases, and it's a double for Hank Bauer. He scores, goes to third, and Hank Bauer on the 3 is a 23 rated card, so he stops at second with a run-scoring double. On the 3. On an error right there that causes that. Okay, let's see, is that an earned run? Sac KE6, that is an unearned run. But still a run, no matter what. Pip comes off here. That brings up George Kell with 2 runners on. Trucks pitches to Kell. A B to George Kell. Kell spins. A single. Trucks will make him respin that. You saw me roll the pip. There we go. Trucks to Kell, a ground ball for the 3rd out. But the big damage is done. 2 runs cross the plate, and it is now 6-3. Golden Era 1, winning. Bullpen's loose. Satchel Paige says, don't even think about coming out here. I got 5 pips and 2 respins and my satchel in my hand. I'm ready to kick the crap out of Hal Trosky. Trosky's 0 for 2 in a walk. Satchel pitches to Hal. Satch spins a B to Hal Trosky. Trosky reaches back and gets a ground ball. Trosky does have a respin. He will use it in the 9th inning. Spins his respin and spins a fly ball. 1 down, bringing up Hank Thompson. Satch to Hank. Hit walk minus. Hank Thompson spins a ground ball. He's already burnt his respin. That's 2 away. Gus Triandis is up. They're going to pinch hit for Triandis. The catcher, they're going to pinch hit with Jerry Lynch. In the ninth. Spinning to Lynch. Satch spins a fly ball. Lynch has no respins. That is the end of the ball game. They don't score. Final score 6-3. What a ball game, huh? Lynch doesn't even get to spin. Satch shuts him down. Now you see it. There it is. Played in about 45 minutes. Whew. Welcome to the Star Power Baseball post-game show with your host, Dennis. What a ball game, man. Did not expect any of that. I mean, that's why we play. You don't know what's going to happen. Satchel Paige starts out getting rocked. I mean, dude, the first inning, he strikes out 2 and gets a little weak ground ball or fly ball, and then a walk and a homer by Kiner and Zernial, bam, and it's really looking rocky. Then he gives up a run in the third, and it's like, man, oh man, they're going to roll Satch. And then Satch shuts them down for the rest of the ball game. Satchel Paige card, 20 points, okay? He's a 20-point card. All this talk about Jacob deGrom right now, and he's 19. I'll put Satch against Jacob deGrom any day of the week. Why? I got 13 pips. I got 4 respins. I'm kicking tail, man. deGrom's got 10 pips, 4 respins. Satch outclasses him. That's why he's 20 points. I'm going with Satch, man. Big outs, lots of hit minus, nothing on the card to hurt you. Fun card to use. And guys, it's Satchel Paige. What more do you want? It's Satchel freaking Paige, man. Come on. Okay, let's look at some cool stuff that happened in the game. You got the home run by Zernial off Satch, all right? Respins happened. Who used them? Kiner used a couple. Zernial used 1. Trotsky used 1. Hank Thompson used a respin. On the other side, Severs, Sauer, and York all used respins, and they're the only guys that got them. And they didn't let them go to waste, okay? They used them all. No home runs on the, yeah they did. Hank Bauer popped 1, and so did Ed Bailey. Ed Bailey and Hank Bauer hit homers, and Zernial's the only one that popped 1 off of Satch. Satch struck out 9, gave up 5 hits, walked 3. Only 3 of Golden Arrow 1 struck out by all their pitchers, with Blackwell, Page, Mizell, Trucks. Okay, it was a wonderful game. I mean, it was unexpected. You got the 3 to come into play in the last inning. We got that. We had a warning. We had a warning issued. Yes, indeed, a warning after a hit batter. I forgot to spin the injury card, a video that I just made after a hit batter was there. My bad. You can do that at the house there and kind of make up for it for me. Spin the injury card, see if he got hurt on that injury card getting hit by a pitch. But what a ball game that it was. Had a good time. Shout out to all my friends out there. Again, like and subscribe. My phone keeps going off. I'm getting text messages from people all the time. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for tuning in to Star Power Baseball. Until next time, this is Dennis in the Cincinnati Razorback room. Stay safe out there, guys. Stay safe, keep a distance, and use some common sense, because I don't want to hear any bad things about you guys, okay? Let me know if you need any help. Call me, subscribe to the YouTube channel, email me, text me, get on our Facebook page. John down there in Pennsylvania made us a really cool Facebook page called Star Power Baseball. Check it out and get into it, get on the discussion. If you're not a friend of mine on Facebook, all you got to do is send a friend request, and then I'll ask you to join. That's all you have to do. So hit me up. Let us know how you're feeling about Star Power Baseball. And thank all of you for watching, especially you, Kevin Nash. We're trying to get you on this show, Kevin. We're trying to get you to play a game with us. By the way, Kevin used to play when he was a kid. He used to play spinner baseball. That's what I keep saying. Hashtag Kevin Nash. Keep it up. Anybody knows Kevin, phone, call us. Thank you once again. And you guys out there, really stay safe, and get through this extraordinary time. This is Dennis signing off from the Cincinnati Razorback Room.